there's an interesting story behind this backpack here. If you can see that, that is a G.I. Joe backpack that had been used for many. There was a mail-in. It was used on all the Sky Patrol figures. It was used on a Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter II Movie Edition figure. And here it's used on James Bond Jr. parachute guy. Oh, flight gear. I couldn't see where it says. With a real working parachute. These were made by Hasbro. This is from 1991. And there was a cartoon, had a pretty sick theme song. I would definitely recommend checking that out. In the previous episode, you saw me open Buddy Mitchell. And this is the line, I had some of these as a kid. Odd Job was cool, Jaws was cool. I had Ninja Gear and Scuba Gear, James Bond Jr. I mean, it's not a bad line. It's definitely underappreciated. You can find them for pretty cheap, but to find them complete is a little difficult, especially this parachute. But I got this for actually a really good deal. A deal so good I feel guilty about it. But it's got the Toys R Us markdown stickers on there. It's obviously in horrible shape, the card. So you know I have to open it. And it's already kind of opening itself. One cool thing about the James Bond Jr. line is it comes with 3D glass, or not 3D glasses, but like a reader thing, a little rectangle I'll show you here in a minute. Because there's a secret message here. So you have to hold that red translucent rectangle over there in order to read that secret message. So we're going to bust this guy open. This is worth 2 bond points. I sincerely doubt there's anything you could mail in for. And yeah, this just has to be freed. I mean, it's 26 years. This is older than my girlfriend. He's just been sitting there. And I don't know, when cards are like that, I mean, obviously if this was like an 84 Storm Shadow or something like that, yeah, you know, you'd try to press that and still display it like that. But something like this, I mean, it just detracts from the aesthetics of this figure, having it look so horrible. So it makes sense to open this and have it complete in mint condition with all of this doohickey. So I mentioned here's a little red rectangle to read the secret message on the back. We'll look at that here in a second. Set that aside. But here he is himself, Mr. James Bond Jr. And so it's interesting because obviously this is, 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe scale, and he is closer to probably about 5 inches, I would say. I'm pretty familiar with what 5 inches looks like. He's got this parachute here. And you don't find these. This is not something you find. There's no way a kid opened this in 1991 and this lasted more than 3 days. I mean, just look at it. It's a thin piece of plastic. It's got the James Bond Jr. logo on it. It smells kind of gross. He's got this little visor with a comm piece on it so he can talk to... Actually, this is cool. It's kind of hard to see. He's got pegs on the side of his head, like Frankenstein's monster. So, obviously there's holes here, but he's got pegs in his head. And the head pegs is what hold this visor and comm piece on. It's kind of an odd decision by Hasbro there, but it fits on there pretty tight. So the directions, let's see this. So, remove and unfold parachute, hold end of strings and thread through hole in parachute pack, tie a knot inside the pack. Step 2 is the parachute pack post in the hole and back of figure. Step 3 to airdrop, pull ripcord pin out of clasp, pull parachute from pack. Be sure parachute is free from entanglement. Once tossed, pack will open, parachute will unfold. All right, let's do it. I can tell you that as a 34-year-old grown-ass man, I'm a little confused by those instructions, so I can't imagine being 8 years old as I was in 1991 and trying to figure that out. I'd have to ask my grandma for help. My dad wouldn't buy me toys, so. So we're going to thread this through here. And I wish I knew more about the James Bond Jr. line that I could talk to you about, but it's not really a popular one. It's a little bit more obscure. Trying to thread those through here. It'd be easier if I had some tweezers. I think we got it. So now I'm supposed to tie a knot with these. I didn't make it past like the second year of Cub Scouts, so I don't know how to tie a knot. I'm afraid James Bond Jr. is going to lose his parachute and he's going to fall to his death. Alright, and so I jam it in there. Like, how does it even work? Insert parachute pack post in the hole to edge up pull parachute from pack. Alright, so somehow this has to fit in there. Now we're getting to like some origami. I will say I have done a little bit of origami. It's been a while. See, because right there, I mean, I kind of manhandled that. There's no way that's fitting in there. We're gonna forego that step because I don't want to destroy that parachute because I'm sure it's very hard to find. So. Yeah, if I were 8 years old and I had this, I would just be frustrated at this point because I'm already kind of getting frustrated. I guess I had a lot more patience at 8 years old because I didn't have bills or kids or a job or anything like that. So let's see here. Well, as I guess it fell off. I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, maybe I'll put this on one of my G.I. Joes because it is a G.I. Joe mold backpack. It'll look kind of weird with a James Bond Jr. parachute on there. But I don't know. Well, thanks for watching. You know, I tried. Maybe I need to just throw it off my deck or something. I need some elevation. But it's he's a pretty heavy figure for this parachute. It works okay, I guess. I didn't show you the secret code. Let's see. It says this toy kind of sucks. No. He says a real working parachute. It was designed by IQ. He likes to take study breaks by getting some fresh air at 25,000 feet. So maybe I'm just not high enough in the air. We need to go. So he's actually the nephew of the famous 007. He's not his son. With this mission, he's in Las Vegas. And I guess, I don't know, he's gonna parachute down the Hoover Dam, is what it says, something like that. But hopefully he has a better parachute packer than me, because he would slam right into that Hoover Dam. So thanks for watching, and look forward to future episodes of James Bond Jr. Vintage Toy Freedom.